The leader of this revolution, Baba Vacan, said it straight up. Kamala Harris is a mass murderer and a mass incarcerator.
Look, we need to change this system. We need an actual revolution. We need for black and brown people, people of all nationalities to come together and root out this injustice that's been done to us constantly.
I'm the mother of Darius Pinex, who was murdered in 2011 in a bogus traffic stop. I came out today to say don't believe the fucking hype. Barack Obama was in office when my son was gunned down and viciously murdered by the police. And now we have Camilla here, who's trying to bamboozle us on the same. But I know better. I'm with the Revcom. I've been with them for 13 years. I've been in the fight for 13 years for my son, and yet still no justice. And today they're still killing us. I was really, really hurt and angry all over again when they did what they did to Sonia Macy. But again, revolution, nothing less. Everybody, my name is Chantell Brooks. I am the mother of Michael Westley, who was murdered by Chicago police June 16, 2013. Father's Day that year, and still no justice has been served. They swept my son's case under the rug. They give us 2 years to fight for our children, when you got 10 years to fight if someone steal your purse, 10 years to fight if someone steal your real estate property, but 2 years for the murder of our children. Where is the anger over our children being murdered? We up against some bullshit right now. We don't have a way. We don't have a way to go. We can't count on the bigger evil or the smallest evil, the lesser evil. We can't count on that right now, and our children are at stake.
Yes, my sister was Kiana Blakey. She was only 19 years old when she was murdered in her apartment building by a black police officer. And we are saying that this needs to stop.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, police brutality and murder, it don't matter who, what color they are, whether you have a black president, a black councilman, or whatever black that's in whatever office, it don't make any difference. We need an actual revolution to get rid of this system that breaks up many families, just like it broke apart mine. Revolution, nothing less. Thank you so much. This is why we are here today. Because the long history of police murder and brutality needs to stop. And it can be stopped. But not under this system of capitalism and imperialism. Look at these families. People whose loved ones were stolen at the hands of this injustice system. You heard people speak about the whole history of this country. Never has this country valued the lives of black people, of brown people, of the indigenous people here. And this system has no future for our youth. And far too many of our youth are caught up now in the ways of thinking of this system that's built on exploitation and oppression. And that system needs to be overthrown at the soonest possible time. And there's a strategy for how to actually overthrow that system and bring something much better into being. And this is where people need to check out, not just check out, but get into the leadership of Baba Vacan, a revolutionary leader who brought forward a whole new framework for human emancipation and with new communism. So I'm calling on everyone to get with the Revcom Corp for the emancipation of humanity, who is fighting for a revolution. We don't have to tolerate this. We don't have to put up with it. There's a whole different way we can be living and relating to each other. That's where our youth can actually flourish. Where we can actually get to the emancipation of all of humanity. But that requires you getting with the leadership of Baba Vacan and getting with the Revcom Corp for the emancipation of humanity.
is, what their American dream is. It has always been a nightmare for black people, for women, for other people of color, for Native people, for people all over the world. Stop following fascist Trump, cold-blooded Kamala Harris. Start following Bob Avakian at Bob Avakian Official on social media. No one else is even talking about making a real revolution in this country and has a plan for revolution.
Right.
No one else.
That's right.
Bob Avakian has analyzed why this is a rare time, a very unique moment in the history of this country, when revolution is more possible. Look, we've needed a revolution since 1989, when A.J. Blakely's sister was murdered. We needed a revolution since 2011, right? When her son Darius Pinex was murdered. We've needed a revolution for a long time in this country, but it is very hard to make a revolution in the United States of America, the most powerful empire the world has ever seen, with all their killer cops, with their military, with their nuclear weapons and all this, right? It's very hard to go up against that and defeat it and bring it down. You have to be very strategic about how you go about it. You have to know what you're fighting for.
That's right.
You need a very unique situation when the rulers are not as powerful as they usually are. And here's the truth that they don't want you to know. Here's the truth that Bob Avakian brings to light if you follow him on his social media account. That right now the rulers are at each other's throats in a way that they haven't been since the Civil War in the 1860s. You've seen Donald Trump with his 34 felony counts? You've seen how someone tried to assassinate Donald Trump? We don't support that at all. But what that does tell you is how intense the times we're living in now. You saw Joe Biden was presidential candidate. Biden's out. Kamala's in. Things are changing very fast. Things are very crazy in this country. And this is not going to be a normal election. Donald Trump, if he loses the election, what do you think he's going to do? Remember what he did in 2020? They tried to bum rush the Capitol. A bunch of racist white supremacists tried to do that. What do you think's going to do if they lose this time? They might even start a civil war. This is not going anywhere good on its own. But we, the Revcoms, everyone who cares about justice, everyone who can't stand the world the way it is, we need to come together to fight to put an end to this system. And as Bob Avakian said, now is not the time to choose between one oppressor or another. Now is the time to take advantage of their divisions, to build up the strength of the people for a revolution to get rid of the whole system and bring something much better into being. And the last thing I'll say is this. Bob Avakian said, day one after a revolution, there will be no more murdering police. Day one. They will be defeated, disarmed, and abolished. Abolished. No more murdering police. Instead, we will have our people's security, who would sooner take a bullet for the people than put one in them for no reason. Look at what they did to Sonia Massey, claiming she was a threat for a pot of boiling water. Bullshit! That's right! Bullshit! We would never, if we had power, when we have power in a new socialist state, under the leadership of the Constitution for the new Socialist Republic, written by Bob Avakian, we would never do something like that. Our People's Security Force would put it on the line for the people instead of murdering them.
Anything we do is not going to bring our loved ones back. So we're really here for you. Because at the rate that law enforcement are killing people all across this country, it's only going to be a matter of time before it heads to your doorstep. And you have to join the club that we don't want to be a part of, and we don't want you to have to join. It doesn't have to be like this, folks. We don't have to live like this. There is another alternative out there to those two freaks. There is something else. Let's reach out for it. Let's grab it. Let's embrace it. Let's instill it and turn it around. Right now. Now!
Paul was 18 when he lost his life. A mistake that he didn't get a chance to learn from because the police officers abused their powers. While Kyle Rittenhouse in 2021 was also 18, walked across the state lines with an AR-15 and killed 2 people and was later acquitted of all charges. I wish the people that so-called protect and serve us stop treating us like monsters. I can't say animals because some animals get treated better than us.
Yes!
I did many years in prison, and I met too many people who were incarcerated for crimes they never committed, who were tortured. Unbelievably, they would never have any children in their lives. Some of my friends, some of the people that became my friends later, the torture victim, committed suicide. Under this system that murdered Chantell's son, that murdered Vita's nephew, that murdered so many of our people in the streets for crimes they didn't commit. How long do we expect for this to go on? Dr. Bacon said what we need now during these rare times is a revolution. That's right. A revolution to uproot this system. To uproot this system from the bottom. You got to get rid of this whole apparatus. This is the Constitution we need to change this with. This Constitution that we're now up under this present system, it's not good for us. It's a bunch of garbage that was created by a slavery system. You need to change that. Get with this system. Get with this Constitution for the new Social Republic of North America.